Michael Hurley, congratulations on gracing the Oregon Music Hall of Fame. Richly, richly deserved. I hardly know where to begin with your vast contributions and your many, many experiences in the world of the singer, the songwriter, the storyteller, and your artist roots. It seems like you were the guy that invented what we call now Americana, that genre. But your fans extend from the freak folkers to punk and to indie rockers and to alt country fans alike. They found you somehow. You grew up in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, and then you did the New York City scene, the Greenwich Village folk scene of the 60s and the 70s, was it? Or was it just the 60s that you were in New York? But it was such an important time when music...
It was the 60s and the 90s, I think, and the 20s. Now I'm still going back there.
It's an amazing place to this day, isn't it? But just to be on the street, to be breathing that air.
Once every year, especially in July.
When it's nice and warm.
Everything's hanging out, in New York in July, I also like it in the winter, too.
Any time is a good
old
time.
Place.
Yeah.
Good old place.
Yeah, greatest city in the world. How did Portland come into your view? There's that song of yours that you call Portland Water.
Yeah.
How did you end up in Portland?
Well, I'm not ended up by any means, and I'm getting out of here somehow. But I guess it all started with my involvement with the Youngbloods, which was a
Jesse
group.
Colin Young.
Yeah, Jesse Colin Young and Banana and Joe and they had different personnel. But anyway, they ended up in California. They had that hit record, Get Together. And that impressed Warner Brothers so much that they gave them a subsidy label to do what they wanted to. So they started plucking up all their old buddies from before they hit the big time,
And that included you.
That included me. And so I went out to California. The first record they made of me was made in my bedroom in Boston. But
some of the best records are made in bedrooms.
no, I didn't know that. But I'm making them in my living room now. It's not too far away. But anyways, then I did a tour. When the next record I made, they had to bring me out to California. That's where they all were at this time. So I did a tour with them. And that's why I got to see Seattle and San Francisco and Portland. That was the first time I was in these places. Now I hop around to Seattle. But after I made that record, I went back to Vermont, where I was living. But occasionally, after a while, the Holy Molded Rounders moved out to Portland. And then they kind of, I guess they were playing in Portland for a long time, and they kind of settled down and separated out and stuff. And Dave was the bass player, and he would sometimes come back to New York and Boston and places, Vermont and places where I was hanging out. And he'd say, you ought to go on a tour, you ought to come out to play in Portland. So I made trips back to Portland and played music in Portland, and I just kept doing that until about 2002, and just decided to move in with a lot of encouragement from my friends. And thought I should do that too.
Creatively, are you still painting and drawing? Is that still part of your life?
Yeah. Mostly, I'm trying to do that more now. I haven't been too much touring this past year. So I'm concentrating on painting and recording and writing songs and stuff.
What music is catching your attention What kind of music is catching your attention?
Oh, every kind. I still like everything I ever did like, which is like rock and roll and pop music, just about everything. Right now, but the music I really like the best is jazz, but I'm not a jazz player. So what I copy or what I would say that I do is like, it has rhythm and blues influence and maybe bluegrass and country western kind of influence, and then more primitive kind of blues influence.
Do you consider yourself a hippie? Did you ever go through the hippie,
Oh, yeah, I'm a
hippie
hippie.
dippy day? Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally.
Great. Great to hear. Well, I feel so grateful to have reacquainted myself with you and your work, and we shall continue to spread the word of Michael Hurley. And I think a lot of people will get to know you through this induction into the Oregon Music Hall of Fame. How did that make you feel when you were told that you were going to be inducted? Did it come as a surprise?
Yeah, it did. It did.
One more thing to add to your body of work.
Yeah. You should listen. I get to make a speech later on at the performance.
You ready for it?
Yeah. We'll talk about that.
What are you going to say?
I ain't going to tell you.
I'll have to hear it. Michael, it's been such a pleasure meeting you. Thank you.
Good to meet you.
It's just the best.